the other one. Look. Every time it gets closer, it's like... Oh, they're feeding them. Penny, they're feeding them. They're feeding them. What? What's that flapping water? What is it?
No, they're feeding the fish in the water.
Oh, they're feeding the fish?
I think the tigers are going to eat the fish. I think that's the idea.
It's so fun, like when they eat them.
Did you feed them? Hi!
Don't they eat the fish?
What do you think?
That was people staring at me.
El gato.
Oh, I think you just stared at me. You just stared at me.
Okay. Now then. Let's one down. Let's go to the polar boy. You like mum on the old one?
Swimming around them.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Wow, Oh yeah? She didn't say there, you know. He said, death. All the way out!
원준아, 아저씨 한샷인데. 누구 못 와가는 줄 써라. 다 같이 숙점 봐. Hey, Ellie, careful.
and gentlemen, Inuka is actually the first polar bear born in the tropics right here in the Singapore Zoo. And he was born on 26th of December 1990. Obviously, when he was first born, the zoo was very excited. We actually had a competition to try and come up with names for him. And we got over 10,000 entries from people pretty much all around the world. And eventually, we decided on Inuka. Why? It means silent stalker in the Inuit language. Quite appropriate for polar bears because you see out in the wild how they hunt for food. They use a method known as still hunting. So they will lie in wait at a breathing hole for minutes and hours on end, completely silent, completely still, waiting for the prey to surface. And that's when your polar bear would strike. Polar bears, they are the largest of all 8 species of bears in the world and they have a reputation for being the largest living land predators. Out in the wild, their diet can include walruses, seals, beluga whales, fish, vegetation, and even kelp. Here in the Singapore Zoo, however, Inuka's diet a little bit different. He gets meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, and even a daily dose of vitamin and mineral supplements. In order to maintain his massive frame, Inuka eats about 13 kilograms of food every single day. And for those of you who just joined us, welcome to the token feeding for our polar bear right here. We do invite all of you to stay seated and try to keep the glass panel area clear, just so that we can all have a good view of our bear during the feeding. So once again guys, please do stay seated. And those of you young children, you seek cooperation with that as well, okay? We want to make sure we can all get a good view of Inuka. Speaking of which, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, he is a pretty big bear right there. Currently, he weighs about 570 kilograms. And when he stands on just his hind feet, he will tower at a height of 3.2 meters tall. Now, of course, Inuka wasn't always this big though, ladies and gentlemen. Would anyone like to take a guess how heavy he was when he was first born? Anybody? How heavy is a newborn polar bear cub? You have a guess, Evan? No? Anybody? Yes. What do you say, ma'am? 80 to 100 kilos right there. Now let's see if you'll give us applause for this next question, okay? Anyone know the color of a polar bear's hair? Sorry? Yeah, this young lady right here is right. She said a polar bear's hair is clear. So a lot of people think that it's white, but actually it's made out of colorless hollow tubes. So looking at Inuka's fur under a microscope is kind of like looking through a clear plastic straw. Now the reason why they look white is because the way light reflects their fur to our eyes. But basically, yep, there is no color to it. Similar concept to why snow or ice, technically there's no color to it. It sort of looks white though when we look at it. Now as you can see, having hollow tubes of hair filled with air serves 2 very important purposes for your polar bear. Firstly, it helps him to stay nice and warm. Air is a very good form of insulation. And secondly, you would have seen just now, whenever Inuka dives to the bottom of the pool, he can simply float back up. So air is a very good helper in creating buoyancy for our polar bear to float. Speaking of which, you will see a couple other things floating in the exhibit, like this little ball you see right over here. Now this is one of Inuka's toys or enrichment devices. So